And so, Emily, we'll let you go first with the I've had it, but we got a little theme music for you to get you pumped up. Take a listen to this. Let it go, Emily. What have you had it with?
I mean, there's so many things. How do I choose one?
Me every week.
So a running list. People who drive slow in the fast lane. People who litter. I think just like a general ignoring of rules. Like yesterday, I was flying back home from New York City, and the guy next to me was listening to his music out loud, and he talked on the phone until the plane was literally coming off of the ground. And I just kept giving him a look like, I know you heard them say your phone is supposed to be in airplane mode. And he just kept talking. And so these are, I would say this is a big one. Phones that are not on vibrate or silent. I'm like, no one should hear your phone ring. And that might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm a big advocate that no one should ever hear your phone ring. But one that I would say just really irked me this week because I was in New York City, and that is a paper straw. I understand why we're not using plastic straws, but whoever thought that putting liquid inside of a paper straw was a good idea should be fired. I mean,
I agree.
A paper straw is terrible. Like, I would rather drink out of probably even like a moldy glass straw. Like, paper straws are terrible. They're gross. They literally crumble into your drink. I'm like, whoever thought that a paper straw was a good idea? So I would say that is definitely my big one this week, because in New York, they don't have straws otherwise. And that's fine. I just won't use one. But a paper straw is it's stupid.
And they can make ones now that look like they're plastic, but they're biodegradable. I don't know what the material is, but I know that a lot of big chains are starting to use them, and they're not paper. And so when I first saw them, I was like, oh, I guess we don't care about the turtles anymore or whatever. And then I keep seeing that they have like biodegradable on them. So I'm like, I don't know what this is made out of, but better than plastic and better than paper.
I think it's made out of the pit of an avocado. I know that there is a company that makes them out of the pit of the avocado.
It's so cool.
So maybe it's that. Maybe they've come up with something else, but I know that does exist.
I love when technology does good things for us. Like when we really put our heads together to make good things happen with technology as opposed to ruining the earth. I just love that when people put their heads together.
So Claire, your I've had it. Emily, sit back and get some popcorn because this is about to get interesting.
Let me preface, okay? When I was in elementary school, and I forgot about this until I started doing the show, I used to have like a lunchtime rant session that I would do regularly with my friends because it was entertaining, of course. And I always had something to say. I'm an early advocate. I'm an early protester and an advocate for the people, because I would sit there and be like, today, Miss Kelly wanted to get, and then they would be like, yeah, exactly. Why did she do that to us? So anyway, I'm made for this. So I have had it this week with people saying, let me preface this. You know, when you just get a weird vibe from someone, it's a new coworker, or it's your friend's friend that they just introduced you to, or your friend's boyfriend or something like that. And everyone's like, oh, he's so great, or she's so great. And then you meet them and you're like, something's off. Like, I just have a weird vibe. Or you have a couple conversations with them and you're like, yeah, I don't think they like me, or something's off. And then you go and talk to the person, another person who knows them, and they're like, they're nice to me. I mean, they seem cool. Like, it's not that deep. Like, I'm sure it's not personal. I have a coworker who is the nicest person to literally everyone. And I just have noticed over time that there are these little micro aggressions almost. Like, she will just kind of let it go for a second, only at me and like call me out for stuff and then immediately pivot back to being nice again. And every time I talk to my coworkers about it, I'm like, guys, did you hear that? Did you see that? So-and-so like being rude to me again. They're like, she's so nice. It's really not that deep. Stop looking into it so much. Like, she's so nice to me. I'm like, it's so invalidating. And it's such gaslighting because I thought I was crazy. Again, like thought that I was making it up. This person probably doesn't really hate me that much. Everyone keeps telling me that it's not that deep. Everyone keeps telling me to get over it. And then one of my coworkers came and told me that, yes, this person has openly admitted to her that I grind her gears and I annoy her for whatever reason. So again, I knew I was right, but everyone was gaslighting me. I'm sure she doesn't dislike you. She's such a nice person. No, if you're good at reading people, sometimes they are nice to you and they're not nice to other people. That's just people. But it always bothers me so much in any context where people think that their personal interactions with someone are the only interactions that person has, or that the angle of the person that they're seeing must be how they are all the time. And then they don't believe you when you give them another story. It's like, sometimes people are nice to one person and not another. It doesn't mean that I'm lying if your experience is different. And you can expand this to politics too. I mean, we see it a lot with the right. A lot of times they're talking about, well, this doesn't affect me. It's like, just because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean you get to cop out and not acknowledge how many other people it's affecting. So that's why I've had it this week. Sometimes it really is that deep.
Wow. I told you, Emily, buckle up. She was going to take you to the fair. I told you. Now, I've had it this week. There's this movie coming out called Superman, and it's been rebooted I don't know how many times, right? I've had it with MAGA soy boys who think that Superman shouldn't be what Superman has always been in the comics. He stands for truth, justice, and the American ideals. And in this movie, the critics are all saying that that's exactly what he did. Lex Luthor resembles Musty Muss in this film, and the government is ran by somebody who resembles Donald Pumpkin Trump. And so some of the early soy boy MAGAs have gone to this movie and are trashing it, saying it's woke and political. But here's the problem. Rotten Tomatoes critics has given the movie an 85, and fans that have gone to see the movie have given it a 92. So when you break all that down, who really has the problem? Who really has been lying all these years when they say they believe in American ideals and truths? And now that it's thrown in their face for what it really and truly should be and not dictatorish, who's got a problem? The MAGA soy boys. So I've had it with them. Stop trying to ruin my movies. Stop coming to the gym, leaving all your damn barbells and weights all over the place so that I got to come clean it up when it's time for me to live. Get a life. Stop taking steroids and go see something MAGA if you don't want to see Superman. That's my I've had it.
I can hear your passion there. Absolutely.
Yeah. They overuse the word woke for me too badly in the wrong way. And I hate that they've turned it into a negative connotation if you allow it to be. And someone who believes in freedom, democracy, and equality is woke. And there's no more woker superhero than Superman and Captain America. So I guess that they're not going to be Superman fans anymore.